Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm Dr. Athar Pasha, and today I'll be talking about how to keep or how to take care of yourself during the month of Ramadan. So, first of all, I would like to tell you that the patients who have, you know, been fasting for a long time previously, being on the diabetic medications or on blood pressure medication, it will not be a tough for them. But for people who are newly diagnosed as a diabetic, or patients who are newly been kept on insulin when they were previously on tablets, it will be little challenging for them or little confusion for them and how to take the medication and what time to take and what food to take and how frequently you are required to monitor the sugar, or whether you can monitor or not. All those things I'll be telling to you. So before that, I would like to tell you about the points that I'm going to highlight. Number one point is about the people who can avoid fasting, which is better for them, that they should avoid fasting. Number two, the patients who can go for fasting. Number three, and what medications they are supposed to take, or how the medication dose alteration they are supposed to do. Number three, how frequently they are supposed to test themselves during the month, and how you are going to have that in your diet, and how you are going to have your exercise. These all points I am going to highlight. So one by one I'll tell you about all those things. The first thing is about your medications. If you are on anti-diabetic medications, and first of all, I would like to tell you about who should avoid keeping fast. Number one is the patients who are on multiple doses of insulin. There are a lot of patients of type 1 diabetes who are on multiple doses of insulin, or patients of type 2 diabetes also on multiple doses of insulin. I suggest them to avoid going for fasting, but there are a lot of people of type 1 diabetes who keep fasting regularly in every month of Ramadan. So it is basically a very risky thing. So better you avoid it. Number two, are patients who are having some kidney problem and who are on dialysis, who have developed complication of diabetes, whose creatinine is very high, above 2, and those patients I recommend them to avoid fasting during this month. Number three is patients who are having regular chest pain, who have gone through bypass surgeries, or who have gone through a procedure called stenting for their cardiac problem. They should also avoid it. And some patients who should avoid are female pregnant patients, who they should also avoid going for fasting. So other than this, there are other patients who have got hospitalized recently because of high sugar, or because of some infection in their foot, diabetic foot, or any kind of such thing. They should avoid keeping fast. Who should go for fasting then? People who are having their HbA1c in the range of 7 or near 7, who have not hospitalized recently, who are not on multiple doses of insulin, like patients who are on once a day insulin or twice a day insulin. They can go for fasting, provided they don't have any other complication, and they are monitoring their sugar very well, and their HbA1c also is under control. Other than this, patients who have blood pressure, who are on blood pressure medications or thyroid medications and very low dose of sugar, they can also go for the Ramadan fasting. Then how to actually go for the diet during this? You should avoid taking simple carbohydrate during your seher. Why? Because simple carbohydrates are those like your bread or your milk or your like fruits and all. They get absorbed immediately and your sugar shoots up fast. So avoid those kinds of food during your seher time. You can take such food during the iftar. In seher you should take complex carbohydrate like vegetables or chapatis or wheats. All those things you should take during the Sahar time, because it gets digested very slowly and absorbed slowly, and slowly it goes off from the body. So you won't feel a hunger or fast during the roza time. How should exercise? Exercise better to avoid, but if at all you are a regular person who regularly go for fasting, then such persons I recommend them to go for exercise 2 hours after the iftar time, and that too for not more than 30 minutes of walk. Besides exercise and diet, then how you should look for the monitoring of the sugar, whether you should go for monitoring. Definitely you have to go. You will not get any kind of problem during your monitoring, because a lot of people think that we can get makruh, the roza can get makruh because of monitoring the sugar. No, it's not like that. You can monitor your sugar. What is the time to check? What time you should take during the fasting? The one is basically before the zahar time, one time the asar time, or after the asar or around asar time, and 2 hours after the iftar time. All these time you should monitor your sugar actually, to actually check the any major changes in your sugar. This is about the monitoring of the sugar.